Hello there, welcome back to yet another episode of Let's Play Luigi's Mansion. In the last episode, we cleared out this ballroom, took out some Shy Guys, and I just got another gold brick. So with that in mind, let us continue into this back storage room. Now, there is another speedy spirit here, but we're going to have to dodge a few ghosts. Alright, we're going to dodge you. I'm going to do that. And let's see, I believe the spirit is go away. Go away. Alright, hurry up and get him before that. There we go. Good, there, good. Now I can concentrate now. Go away, Purple Puncher. I can't believe that's actually their, like, government issue name, the Purple Puncher. Oh man, like, that name just trips me out a little bit, but we're gonna take him out now. But we were talking last episode kind of about, like, different video games I played as a kid and stuff. And, oh, so they have these red grabbers first. So they're different from the white grabbers, where the white grabbers, they'll grab you, but they don't really do any damage for a little bit. The red grabbers, like, as soon as they touch you, they're doing damage. And, hey! Uncalled for. That time I got away from you. Okay, you upset me. You're going away now. You upset me big time. Anyway, like I was talking about the different video games I would get at each set of households, and I mean, like I said, I don't disapprove of the fact of getting games that aren't necessarily for the right age group. I mean, how many kids nowadays, like, younger than 10, play Grand Theft Auto and stuff? But I mean, it's like, but at the same time, it's like, it wasn't the stuff I was really interested in back in the day. Alright, so what you do after you clear out this room, you come press this button right here. You can see it in the mirror, and the room will extend. Absolutely awesome that we can just extend a room like that. Normally you gotta pay a decent amount to extend a house or a room. But, you know, we did it with just a push of a button. And I wouldn't even complain about this mansion anymore. Like, that's some good stuff. Come on. So what you want to do here is, before we even get into the video game stuff, you're going to suck the poster off that wall with your vacuum cleaner. And then you're just going to compress this red button. And then with the white smoke appearing, the ghosts have elected a new pope. It's a bunch of boos. But which one of them's the actual Pope? That's way too many. There should be one. Now, there it is. There's the Pope. So that's gonna be the main enemy of the game, King Boo. But you know, due to all that white smoke coming out, I'm calling him the Pope. That is Pope Boo. After that, Egad calls you to kind of talk to you about releasing the Boos, who released all the ghosts from the paintings in the gallery. So it all boils down to them. But no, talking back about games, like I said, I mean, like getting Eternal Darkness when you're like 7, like 7 or 8 at the time. I don't remember how old I was at the time, but I was young. I remember getting that game, and I tried playing it, which, I mean, you know, you get a new game, you're going to try playing it. I didn't understand a thing about the game. I really didn't. I'm just waking up. I'm just waking up still, so I'm trying to think. But I'm glad I got to play the game again now that I'm a lot older, because now I get to, like, appreciate just how good that game is. Which, honestly, that's a game that really should be considered for a remaster, like, of any game for the GameCube. That, like, a bunch of them are getting remastered for the Switch, like the Batten Kaitos games were announced, Pikmin's been re-released, all the Resident Evil games have been re-released in some way, shape, or form. We have HD remakes of Zelda's, but we have yet to get a remake of Eternal Darkness. Like, That and 1,000 Year Door. Everybody's going to want a Paper Mario remake before anything else. But me personally, I'm going to tell y'all, I really want an Eternal Darkness remaster. Like, I want to just imagine that game with updated graphics. Just update the graphics. Just make the game look scary. Give it the Resident Evil 4 treatment. Like, I would love that. But, you know, unfortunately, that's probably never going to happen. It's just, and I know they were actually talking about making, like, a sequel to Eternal Darkness, but that never happened, unfortunately. Alright, so here we are. Now, what we can do now that we've gone through the mansion, I don't know if you were paying attention to any of the dialogue, but we have what's called a boo radar. So if you notice on our little Game Boy horror, I'm about to call it a Game Boo horror. Nah, but that's kind of funny. We have that little blue light, so when you walk into rooms that you've already cleared out, and that's the important part, you have to have cleared out the room already. You walk in and look, that light turns to yellow. That's telling you that there's a boo in the room, and it starts flashing more frequently and red whenever you're like next to either a boo or a round object like that bomb. There are bombs and there are fake boos, which are like just giant beach balls that look like a boo that get picked up on the radar. It doesn't really follow boos itself. It's called a boo radar. It just follows round-shaped objects. But the ship in the bottle should have our first boo. Speak not my name, Taboo. Get over here, Taboo. There we go. So we got our first boo now. We got our first boo. So the main goal of the game now, like a secondary goal, is to get all the boos that are hiding in the mansion. Because as EGAD says, boos hide and they go strength in numbers. And it's very fitting that we call King Boo Pope Boo, because there's a lot of similarities now between boos and the Catholic religion. I mean, they have a clear leader that wears a crown. They have strength in numbers. They like to hide. They like to hide in the light. Oh God! If any of my family's watching this, I'm getting disowned. Very, very religious family. And I mean, it's all in jokes. I don't hate on religions. It's just all in joke. But, you know, it's kind of funny when you think about it, and all of them have kind of culty names of some form of boo. Like, the only thing missing is... the only thing missing from this is... I'm trying to think, like, what's missing from this to make this a full-on thing? Like, we've got a clear leader, we had the white smoke, the crown, we have all the culty names and stuff. I mean, yeah, I should follow that, but the only thing that's really missing is, you know, altar boys? And I mean, we could have recruited the dead baby from the previous episode, but I mean, it's a little late for that. But they're really after, but I think they're really just after my money at this point. The boos are definitely just after my money to, you know, donations that are tax exempt. Whatever. I mean, I definitely and again, like, that's not meant to offend, that's not meant to disrespect your religions or anything, but it's kind of funny. And I will be referring to it as Pope Boo this entire game. Like, that's... We're just gonna have to. So, you have to catch 5 boos to move on. That's why we're going to do this right now. You have to get 5 to actually move on in the game. But, I mean, we're gonna get all the boos. And notice, sometimes it doesn't even flash red whenever you get to the area that the boo's next to. Now, these boos can get through the walls to escape this room away from you. But, I mean, you can easily follow them. And then after the 5th one will say, you've already found 5 boos. You're a boo-snaring maniac. I understand you're worried about your brother, young fella, but just take her easy. You have plenty of time still, so try to keep your shirt on. Why not go to the washroom and splash some water on your face? You'll feel much better, believe you me. So it's kind of telling you, hey, this is where you need to go next. But no, I don't hate on religion. Now, I will say from my own personal experiences, it ain't for me. I've unfortunately can say, and there's that fake beach ball thing I was talking about. And, oh, we had it in the same spot. Okay. Want to play Game Boo Advance. And that's kind of where I got Game Boo Horror from. But there we go. We found 6 so far. I mean, from my own personal experiences in religion, I definitely feel like I've been burned more times than I care for. No pun intended. You will burn, all that stuff. And I mean, like I said, it's not for everybody, but I definitely feel like I've had my share of just negative experiences. Whether it's I'm not holy enough, or because we're very heavily on the Catholic side, like at least my family is. But I definitely feel like I've been burned a little bit more with things. And that boo just escaped. Now, if they can come back into this room. Okay, so it went through there. So we're going to have to come get him later, unfortunately. And that's what happens. Now, I could just reboot the game. And okay, there's still something in here. Which I'm going to just assume is like a fake boo. Yeah, it was just a bomb, but for OCD purposes, we have to get rid of that. Alright, so let's see if I can find the other one. Alright, there's the Game Boo. So we have the Game Boo Advance, and now we just have a regular Game Boo. Now, it's not really required that you get every single boo in the game. You don't have to get all 50 to complete the game, but for completion purposes, you'll know me. Like, we're going to get everything we can. And it's pretty easy to get all 50 boos in this game. I don't find it's really that difficult. I mean, all you gotta do is just check each room in the mansion. And I remember the first time I played the game and completed it a long time ago, I didn't get every boo. I think I only had like 30 of them. And, oh, that's new. I'll take the candlestick floating in the hall for 500, Alex. Ooh. Okay, so I like these ghosts that just come down because when you suck them up, they give you a heart. I like that. So, we're going to come through the washroom right quick, and this might be some of my favorite dialogue in just the game in general. In gaming in general. Sniffle, I have dropped a really important thing into the toilet. I didn't mean to, Toad. That's called a normal bowel movement. You're allowed to drop them in the toilet. It's okay. Just don't worry about it. Hey, you're right. No problem. No point crying over spilt milk. I suppose I'll just flush that old worry away. Yep, I'll just let it swirl on down to the depths and let happiness refill my life. That is just peak writing right there. And like, of all things he could say, like, I've always just appreciated that. Now let's, violate the toilet so we can get a key. We should probably wash that, honestly. Like, we really should. That was kind of nasty, Luigi. Like, that would end with whatever Toad was crying about. I think we should wash it. But we'll do that off camera. And I will see y'all in the next part. Thank y'all for tuning in again to yet another episode of Let's Play Luigi's Mansion. This is EKI Butters, and I will see everyone in the next part.